What's going on, guys? Welcome back, or welcome to the first video. So this video is going to be about Google Ads versus SEO, so I don't want to waste any more time. I want to try to keep this around 5 minutes long so that you guys can get this information and digest it quickly, because time is money. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, let me actually minimize myself a little bit more. Okay, so I'm still down on the bottom. All right, so Google Ads versus SEO. So if you look over here, and I know it's really small, I apologize for that. But right here, I'll explain what it says. So right here, it says sponsored. Okay, sponsored. Okay, so basically that means that that's what Google Ads do. They put the search query for whatever that person searched. So I put funeral home marketing. Okay, down here I put plumbing near me. Okay, so it's sponsored, right? That is a spot being paid for by the person trying to promote their business. That gets the eyeball. So this right here was the very first query, and usually people just click the first thing they see. Okay, now that's what Google Ads are going to do. So Google Ads bring instant traffic. Traffic is what every business needs. They need eyeballs and exposure, right? So the thing is about that is sometimes there is lower quality traffic, still far better than social media ads, because it is something that people are actually searching for. So the buyer intent is there. So if I'm looking up for a funeral home, for example, because somebody in my life just passed away, right? I'm going to, like, if I saw an ad on like Instagram or Facebook for that, it would be weird, right? Because it's like if I'm scrolling down and I see, oh, Facebook, like do you take care of your loved ones, possible, funeral needs, you're gonna be like, nobody in my family has died. Like, what are you talking, like, right? So it's weird, but like when you see it on social media, but when you look it up on Google, of course you want to be one of the first businesses that it gets clicked. Same with plumbing. You don't want to see plumbing stuff on your social media and Facebook things, because you're like, well, I don't really need plumbing services right now, right? So that's why Google is so powerful. Okay, so the pros are obviously, like I said before, instant traffic. Traffic is what everybody wants and needs, and this is when you can close business and clients. Now, the lower quality than normal, but than SEO, which is I'll explain in a minute, but way better than social media ads. Far more targeted, buyer intent is there. Cons are, depending on the competition, it can be very expensive. Now, if you're in a really big city and you're trying to compete for some sort of big business, it can be anything really. It's going to be a lot more expensive than a really small city. Okay, so let's talk really about SEO. Search engine optimization, what SEO stands for. So search engine optimization, okay, shows up for the query organically without paying for each click. Okay, I didn't really show a thing of that, but basically when you guys search something, look for when it doesn't say sponsored, it says it won't say anything there at all. Just the website will show up, and you guys have probably done this hundreds of times. Now, this again, traffic is what we want, but we want that traffic to keep on showing up and showing up and showing up, right? So we want the pro of SEO is it can show up over time and drive traffic forever. But the cons are it takes a lot of time. It can take several months, and sometimes, depending on how skilled the SEO person is and what they're doing, it can take even years. Okay, so the best strategy, right, is doing a mix of both. Okay, so for the first 4 to 6 months, you want to be doing both. Okay, and the reason why is obviously you want to be driving traffic right away, closing clients, getting more, and of course it's going to give you an ROI, especially if you have a really good ad campaign set up. And then you can put that money towards SEO services, which gets you that organic traffic coming in, right? Getting more reviews for your business, right? Getting more citations and stuff like that. So that's what you guys want to do. And then after that, you guys want to move over to a 75 SEO driven strategy and 25% ad driven strategy. Okay, that's what you guys are aiming to do, because SEO takes time. We want to be driving traffic quickly so that leads start coming in while SEO is baking in the oven. That's what I call it, right? This is what I always do with my personal websites, because I use SEO personally. I've grown websites personally through SEO, and while it's baking in the oven, it's kind of like that 6 month to 12 month range, where I'm like, okay, because personal websites can take longer to rank for a more broad amount of keywords, right? But for smaller businesses, we can get you the Google My Business profile is now changed. The name is now changed. So getting that set up can help as well. But I've grown my own websites in the first 6 months, it's kind of like a dead zone. And then sometimes it can take a little bit longer depending on the competition of that niche. So I usually just put it in my brain, and just because I'm a conservative guy that way, that it's going to take longer. It can take a year possibly, right? I just like to put that in my head so I have the right expectations. So for you guys, 6 months to a year, and your SEO will really start picking up. I say 6 to 9 months in this slide, but it can really take a year depending on, again, how good you are at doing SEO, right? If the person that is doing your SEO for you, say you hire an agency like mine, or say you hire somebody that you are good at, that is good at SEO, then they can, if they're really good at what they're doing, they're getting the right backlinks, they're getting relevant backlinks, they're doing anchor text right, they're doing all this stuff right. That means that you might see your results quicker. But again, if you're inexperienced at it, and this is your first go around, it could take longer. So the ads, right, will be a nice way to get your business right on the front. And while you learn SEO and while you continue to grow your business, and of course you want to be spreading the word, right? Referrals. You want people to be talking about your business. Again, more exposure and more eyeballs. So this is the best way, in my opinion, to handle this. Okay. So in my opinion, do 50-50 as you start to learn SEO, and then as you're starting to really get the hang of what SEO is doing for your business, and you start getting more blog articles up. I'm going to have another video coming out about like more tips, like top 10 tips and stuff. Then you can move to a 75-25 split. Okay. You should always be doing SEO, in my opinion, just to make sure that your website is getting as much organic eyeball traffic as possible. Done.